Hi, I am going to talk about the culture in Switzerland. First, low poverty instance. In Switzerland, people don't believe in big hierarchies. There's low poverty instance. So workers and bosses are treated more equally. And everyone's opinion matters, regardless of your position. If you are operator and manager, your opinion or your comments are important. High individualism and long-term orientation. The country also shows a high level of individualism with a score of 79. This means Swiss people value the personal independence, the privacy, the individual responsibility, and each person aspires to own goals. Third, punctuality. In Switzerland, to be punctuality is very important. People always try to be punctual on time for a meetings, for a social events, or work. This shows how Swiss people value the organization, the reliability, and punctuality. Also, it's very important because demonstrate reliability and respect. If you don't complete, the people distrust you. And then I will talk about the multilingual society. Switzerland is a multilingual country, which means people speak several official languages. Swiss people speak French, German, Romance, and Italian language, depending on the region. For example, in Geneva, people speak French.
Next, I am going to talk about the administrative environment, starting with governance and the political structure. According to Freedom House 2025, Switzerland is one of the first countries in the world with a high level of political and civil rights. As Gemot website, administration also focus on how a country is governed. In Switzerland, power is shared between the local and national levels, and citizens can vote directly on many decisions. This is called direct democracy. The executive branch is vested in a 7-member federal council. This system avoids the concentration of power and demonstrates a culture of equality. Switzerland is also known for its honesty and efficiency. It ranks fifth in the world in transparency and fifth in competitiveness, thanks to its strong government and stable institutions. Now, let's talk about political and institutional ties. Since 1815, Switzerland had followed a policy of permanent neutrality. It does not participate in wars or military alliances. This had helped the country maintain peace and good relations with other nations. It has not had internal conflict for over 170 years, and people have great trust in the governments. It's also a member of the OECD, the WTO, and the United Nations, demonstrating its commitment to peace and cooperation. Finally, let's talk about the legal system and trade barriers. Switzerland has an open and stable economy, supported by over 120 trade agreements with the European Union. Still, some sectors are protected. For example, agriculture receives government support and there are high import taxes to protect local farmers. Other sectors, such as banking, insurance, and energy, are strictly regulated, which provide stability but make it difficult for foreign companies to operate. Overall, Switzerland has strong institutions, transparency, and stability. This is why it is considered a safe and attractive country for business. As a curious fan, the president changes every year. The position is occupied by rotating one of the 7 federal members for a single year.
Switzerland is located in the heart of Central Europe, in shared border with Germany, France, Italy, and Austria. This strategic position has made Switzerland a natural bridge between major European markets. Its location pushes the country to rely heavily on international trade, logistics, and innovation to stay competitive. The Alps, which cover about 16% of the territory, have strongly influenced Switzerland's economy, although they limit agricultural production and transportation. They have created opportunities in tourism, hydropower, and environmental technology. Every year, millions of tourists visit the Swiss Alps, making tourism of the country's most profitable sectors. In addition, the mountains protect Switzerland from extreme weather and private natural resources. Between the Alps and the Jura lies the Swiss plateau, the economic core of the country is where the main cities, Zurich, Geneva, Bern, and Lausanne, are located. The plateau concentrates industries, financial centers, and research institutions. For example, Zurich and Geneva are recognized as global financial hubs, hosting multinational banks and international organizations. Switzerland's varied climate allow development of diverse economic activities from winter sports in the Alps to agriculture and vineyards in the south. The variety strengthens the national economy and support at high standards of living. Finally, Switzerland's geography has also shaped its political economic stabilities, surrounded by powerful nations but protected by mountains. Switzerland has maintained neutrality and independence. This stability, combined with its central location, has attracted international business, investment, and organizational such as the World Trade Organization and the United Nations office in Geneva.
According to the World Bank 2024, Switzerland's GDP per capita was about 94,600 US dollars, and for 2025, trading economics projects it to be around $91,000. Even so, that's a small adjustment. It shows how sturdy and resilient the Swiss economy is. What makes Switzerland special is that, even with limited natural resources, it has built a powerful economy based on knowledge, innovation, and trust. Its main industries include banking and finance, pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, precision engineering, and watches. Inflation has stayed low. It went from 1.9% in 2024 to around 1.4% this year, according to the OECD 2025. That reflects the country's stability and a strong monetary policy. Also, the Swiss franc keeps its reputation as a safe haven currency, meaning investors rely on it in times of global uncertainty. Another key pillar is innovation. In the Global Innovation Index 2025, Switzerland is ranked number 1 in the world. That's because the country promotes a strong collaboration between universities, companies, and the government to support research and creativity. Big global firms such as Nestlé, which was actually founded in Switzerland, as well as Novartis, UBS, and Swatch, are perfect examples of Swiss innovation and precision. When we talk about trade, Switzerland is open and globally connected. It has more than 100 double taxation agreements, which encourage investment and reduce barriers. Even though it is not part of the European Union, it maintains bilateral agreements that give access to the single market. And that's key since the EU remains its main trading partner. According to the OECD 2025, the Swiss economy is expected to grow about 1.1% this year, mostly driven by domestic demand. I also find inspiring how Switzerland links economic progress with sustainability. It's one of the countries with the lowest CO2 emissions per capita, thanks to its focus on clean energy and responsible innovation. Our World in Date 2025. Fun fact: according to the Swiss Banking Barometer 2025, the total assets of all Swiss banks range 3,323 billion Swiss francs. That's more than 3 times the size of Switzerland's total GDP. It shows how important the financial sector is and how much trust and precision are part of Swiss culture. In conclusion, Switzerland proves that success doesn't depend on the size of a country or these natural resources. It depends on education, innovation, and good governance, values that make it one of the most reliable and respected countries for doing business internationally.